Hey, what is happening, folks? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back to another great episode of The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, where we unbox, give my first reaction to all things pop culture, mainly Star Wars, Transformers, McFarlane figures, anime, sprinkled in with a bunch of other stuff. So if you like that kind of stuff, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button, get notified when we have some cool stuff. And today we have something super cool. So I just got a shipment in from TFSafari, so thank you, TFSafari, and I got a couple bots that I'm gonna see if I can tell the difference between. So I have Studio Series Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. So I have this one, and then I have this one. So which one is the KO, which is by Black Mamba, and which one is the official by Hasbro? We're gonna find out together. I don't know. I had my daughter cover these up, so I don't know. So let's find out together. Yes, it's a KO showdown to see if the KO is better or if I can tell the difference between which one's the Studio Series from Hasbro and which one's the KO. Now, even though they're standing right here, I do not know. So what I had my daughter do, I took these up into her room. I said, hey, I need you to cut these out of the boxes, which is sad for me because I love taking things out of boxes. I said, I need you to cut these out of the boxes, cover up where the faction symbols would be, and put them in a separate box so that I don't know which ones are which, you know? And so she gave me my both bots and said, here you go. I said, do you know which one? She goes, I forgot which one. So that's what we got here is we have the one by Black Mamba, and then we have the one that's by Hasbro. And so we're gonna take a look. We're gonna see about the quality of the plastic, the transformation. We're gonna look at it, everything. We're gonna inspect the colors. And then I'm gonna do my best guess to guess which one's the real one and which one's the KO one. Now the real one, the Hasbro one, so we'll just put, I don't know why I keep pointing to this one because I don't know if that is it or not. So we'll put that to the side and we'll put that to the side. Now the Hasbro one, which I did pick up and I picked up from TFSafari, was able to get it for $56.99, which was a killer deal since I can't find it anywhere else. So had to wait for it, but got it for $56.99 on TFSafari. So that's awesome. As y'all remember, this was a Target exclusive. So very, very tough to find. And people would buy them up and they would scalp them, and you're seeing them being sold for anywhere from $80 to $100 right now. But love the design of Optimus Prime on this. And then this one is the Black Mamba one. And this one you can pick up between $20 to $25. So less than half, I was able to pick this one up. And so from what I've heard, everything with Black Mamba, so I have Black Mamba's Tarn, so far has been really, really quality and really, really good. So I'm excited to see kind of a little bit about this. So this is a 1-for-1 KO of this guy right here. And so that's kind of what we're looking at. Now we're going to be doing this series several times. And so I have a KO Masterpiece Skyfire versus the real Takara Skyfire, and then I also have a KO New Age Jetfire versus the actual New Age Jetfire. So which you're going, New Age, isn't New Age a KO as well? But anyway, we'll not get into those semantics. But first, let's do this. Let's take a look at what you get in the packaging. So we'll take a look at first what you get in the packaging for the Studio Series one, and it looks like you don't get much here. So you get paper. Yay! No, you get his little sword and his little gun. That's cool. So we'll move all this stuff out of the way. Let me just make sure there's nothing else in there. As y'all know, I have moved on from being an in-the-box collector to an out-of-the-box collector. And so that is what I am. And so you get this nice backdrop too, and the instruction booklet as well. So nice little backdrop, instruction booklet, the sword. This is the sword for the official one. So it looks really good with the blue, and then the silver. I would love to have the orange where it's kind of like flaming. That would be awesome. And then of course, this is like part of his like a blaster cannon that his arm and his hands make there. So that's kind of interesting and neat too as well. So that's what you get in the studio box. So let's take a look here in the Black Mamba. It comes in plastic, which I love, and you get the same accessories. Very cool. However, you can kind of see here, and I'll show you here in just a moment. Let me get this out of the bag. Out of the bag. still getting over that sickness, folks. I don't know what it was, but here is this one now. It is more silver than this one. This one's kind of a gray. This one's kind of a more silver color. It doesn't have the blue right here like this one does. Just is a kind of just silver all around, but same details on here. So except the only thing that you can tell the difference between them is the color, and that's it. Silver versus kind of a darker, darker silver gray. That's on that there too as well. So, and then you do get, man, I can't tell the difference between these two things. So I better not mix them up. So we better hope for the best so that I don't mix those babies up. And then you get the instructions as well with your Black Mamba version there. So let's bring in the bots and kind of take a look really quickly at these two fellas here and bring the camera down just a hair. First thing we'll do is we'll measure them. And let's measure the one to the right here first, my right, your left, whatever. And it's at the top of the smokestack is exactly 7 inches. At the top of the head, yeah, about 7 inches total there. And then this one right here, same thing, 7 inches. So from a height standpoint, you're not going to be able to tell the difference on these. So now let's just take a closer inspection and kind of see what we can see. So let's start with this one. So plastic feels really good. Plastic tires, everything feels really good. Feels like it should move what it should do. From an articulation, everything's tight like it should be. Arms move. You have the 90-degree bend. You have the twist there. You don't have an ab crunch, but you do have a twist there. The head does move. It's on a ball. So then, of course, the legs, they will, I think Jean-Claude it just a little bit, but there you are, where you get with the legs. You also have the ankle tilt, and then you have the 90-degree right there too as well. And but yeah, that's, man, this is going to be tough. So that's this one. So I'm going to let you take a look here. So there's the front, the side, the back, and then the side. Now, some of y'all have already studied the differences between these two, so you probably already know. I haven't studied any of it, so I don't. I did not take a look at any of this stuff. I didn't watch any reviews on any of them. I wanted this to be pure to see if I could figure this out. Now, there is one thing I can see that's a little bit different between the two here. So let me bring the other one in so we can kind of show you this. So articulation wise, same articulation. This one's not as tight. Now, sometimes a dead giveaway for KO ones is the joints are a little bit tight. Ball joint there, waist, there we go. Pops up just like that. Have the same knee bend and everything too as well. And so that, again, plastic wise, I mean, they feel about identical. Let me grab my scale here and we're gonna kind of weigh them just to see if they do weigh the same. And I'm gonna grab this here, put my scale there, and let's start with this one here. So about 5.1, not 5 pounds, 5.1 ounces, 5 pounds. That'd be pretty heavy for this. He'd be very bulky boy on that. So this one, 4.7 ounces. So a little bit lighter. Interesting. I don't know. Now, I can see when you hold them side by side, I do see just a couple differences on this. So first of all, I'm going to show you. If you see on the shins, this is more chromier than this one. So you can even tell in the tires right here, you can see that this is more of a shinier silver than this one. That might be a giveaway on which one's which. Because this one has a bit chromier, and I'm saying if you're going to match, then maybe the sword goes with this one here, and this sword goes with this one. I don't know. We'll see here. Other than that, turn to the side. The plastic on this is a little bit lighter gray than this guy here. It's hard to distinguish, but it is a little bit lighter gray. And then if we go to the back, you can kind of see this has some of the blue detail. This just does not. It's got the red there. And then here, down here, you can kind of see here, this is gray versus blue right there. Interesting. And then this way, yep. So yeah, that is they side by side. So the only thing left to do is to transform them, and hopefully they transform the same, and we'll get them in truck mode and see what is up. And here they are in their alt forms. So just a few things to let you know, and I think this is what's going to tell me which is which. As you're transforming them, the transformation is exactly the same on both of them. The plastic on this one is softer than the plastic on this one. And typically that's a good indicator that this one is probably the KO. This one's probably the original on that. Yeah, the plastic was softer, and some of the stuff didn't want to stay in joints, but the plastic was tighter, and it's a bit harder, and yeah, and everything kind of snapped in. So that usually is a good indicator which one is which on that. Hasbro tends to have softer plastics. KOs tend to have a kind of a different texture on theirs, but we'll find out here towards the end what they are. So when we look at the height, about 2.5 right there. Lengthwise, about 6, about 5, actually about 5 3/4. 5 3/4, so same length and everything too as well. So and then of course the width of this right here, yeah, 2.5, about 2 and 2 on that. So this isn't my favorite alt form because everything just kind of just is like bleh, together. But let's take a look at this one first on this side. I mean, it all comes together really good. It does roll like it should roll. Everything snaps together, but this right here is just what bugs me about the alt form on this. It just is all like, this could be flat. I mean, I'd like something flat there. So that way it just doesn't all look all opened up, you know, like they could have just took this part right here and kind of collapsed it in so that way it stayed flat or something like that. But yeah, here it is. No insignias anywhere. I'll show you some of the key differences here between the two, but here it is from this side, from the front, from this side, from the back, and from this side. Let's bring in the other one. Again, not my favorite. This doesn't want to stay together right here. That also kind of tells me which one's which on this, but everything's a bit softer on this, but here's this side. Oh, let's start with this side like I did before. Start with this side. There's the front. There's this side. There's this side. Right there. Top, the same. Bottoms, the same on these. Differences, the gray on this, again, is lighter on this one than this one. You can see the blue outline right here, where there's no blue outline right here. So I don't know if you can see those. I'm going to bring it in a little bit closer. You can kind of see that right there. Windows look the same. Everything else looks the same. And then the wheels, you can see the chrome on the wheels is different. This one's darker than this one here. So yeah, let's get these back into bot mode, come together for my final thoughts, and tell you which one I believe, and do the final review, the final reveal of which is the KO, which is Black Mamba, and which is the Studio Series Rise of the Beast. All right, back for my final thoughts on the Black Mamba and the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. So we'll bring them both in. Here they are again, just for y'all to take a look. Let me get this guy's arms a little bit more straight here. Burp, burp, burp. There they are. Which one is which? So what I'm going to do is, my guess is this one is the Studio Series one, and I'm going to put the weapon for the Studio Series one on it, just so that way we can kind of have that there. There's that weapon right there. And then I'm going to put the weapon on the one that I think is not the Studio Series, the Black Mamba, on it. So this one is the one that I think is the KO. Now, before we do the reveal, just again, some pros and cons. The cons, I do not like the truck mode on either one of them that well. The front of the cab looks fine. The back looks back. It's kind of like the Game of Thrones series. The first 4 seasons, great. The last ones, they kind of just threw together. So, but that's what I would say between them. One of them has harder plastic than the other. One of them has more silver than the other. KO-wise, it's tough to tell, but I believe this is the real one. And the main reason why I think it is because this one has the softer plastic. It's got the blue outline right here. It has a bit of the overspray on here. It's got the darker gray, and the plastic was softer, so it was easier to kind of transform and more malleable to transform. But this is the one I think is the real one. This is the one that I think is the KO one. Now, let's reveal them. So let's do this. Let me go ahead and pull the sticker off that my daughter so graciously put on here, and it's probably all really stuck on there. Use painter's tape if y'all decide. Yep, use painter's tape. There it is. This is the Studio Series one. Some of y'all probably already had it pegged, probably within 2 minutes of this video starting. You're like, yeah, I know which one is which. I hadn't had a chance to play with these yet, so it was tough right up. I had my suspicions in robot mode, but my suspicions were kind of confirmed when I started transforming them. KO ones, the plastic on it just kind of, it's a little more tighter. The joints are tighter on this. The tolerances are tighter. So it was a little tougher. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the stickers off of this one just to show you the reason why we put these stickers on here. Some of y'all may be wondering. It's because KO does not come with the faction symbols on it. They are blank. So let me pull that off. Boom. Boom. There. KO. Real. $25. $56. Now you could pick this one up probably for cheaper than that if you go on AliExpress and stuff. I bought it on TFSafari, so it was $25. Shipping was free with that. This I bought on TFSafari for $56. If you bought it at Amazon, I think not Amazon, on Target when it was out, I think it was like either $40 or $44. So cheaper. The original. Does this feel cheaper? Black Mamba actually makes some really good knockoffs. I mean, this is a really good tribute. This would be like if I took Sprite and did pour Sprite into a generic, kind of, oh, I do have an app crunch. There we go. Did take Sprite and pour it into a generic bottle, but I had original Sprite in there. That's how good this one is. It's a really nice copy. So if you don't have one and you don't want to pay scalper prices for the Studio Series, then this Black Mamba one is the way to go. Again, I am not here to talk about the morality between KO and Real and things like that. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm just here to show you the difference between the two and which one you should go with. So scale of good, bad, awesome. This one was pretty awesome. Some of the things just didn't like to stick. This one is pretty awesome as well, but I would give the edge to the KO one, and the main reason why is I like the silver, the more silver than this one here. This has got the more chrome. This right here, the yellow, it's not oversprayed. It's really nice and clean, and I do love the lighter gray than the darker gray on it. I think I like the aesthetics of this one. I think what Black Mamba did was they took the original and they made it better. And so that's it. But either one you would be very, very happy with, and you can get it on TFSafari. I'll put a link down below where you can get that as well. But that is it. That's my KO versus original. That was kind of fun because I didn't know. I mean, that's the thing I did. And the same thing with my Jetfire one that I'm getting ready to do. Like, my wife is going to take it out of the box, which is sad because I love doing that. She's going to cover up the faction symbols, and then I'm going to have to guess which is which on that. So same accessories, same everything, same size, different price points. I think you would be happy with either one. But yeah, I'm going to give the edge right here to Black Mamba over the Studio Series. Just for me, my personal preference, I like the chrome better on this one. So that's me, that's my story, that's what I'm sticking to. So with that, I am done. So tune in next time when we talk about something else, good, bad, or awesome. But in the meantime, y'all remember, stay young, have fun, and be awesome. We'll talk to you later.